Spencer, you're not Iron Man. You're not Captain America. You ain't even Thor, bro. You're not a superhero. Stop trying to save every dang on body. And Jordan, do we need to get Simone on the line? I think we need to get Simone on the line. Because don't be doubling back. Don't be looking back. Matter of fact, divert your eyes from Layla Keating. Y'all, this is Erica Vane, and this is your episode 7 from season 4, All American Breakdown. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all, before I go into the what went wrong and the WTFs of the night, let's talk about some of the best moments. Olivia starting the episode off with asking Spencer to the Beverly Hills prom in this grand gesture with her boombox and her poster board, and they having that cute little Spolivia moment was definitely given. Carter asking Grace to prom with a nice little romantic dinner, getting down on one knee, but then also dropping a hint of like, when I'm ready to go down on one knee for that bigger reason, you gon' know, best believe. And the 3 generations of Baker men. At the start of the episode, GW comes over and they're chopping it up about Billy's prom. We get to see a picture of Billy and Grace at their prom 25 years ago. They kiki and having a good time. Billy invites him to also come and chaperone. And then that same rapport kind of goes throughout the episode with the 3 generations of Baker's men. I really enjoyed them at the Slauson Cafe, where Billy walks over and undoes Jordan's bow tie and then tells him to go have GW help him with it because GW will love it. It's just such a cute moment, and actually seeing these 3 generations of Baker men actually get along and give love and friendly vibes, support, and all that is very dope to see because we can never really see them on the same accord. I was loving the intimate dance and conversation with Olivia at the Crenshaw prom. They were talking about how they both are always trying to save people and how they're going to refocus in the night and really focus on one another and all of that. And really just speaking on some of their interesting character flaws, but things that definitely make them who they are and have definitely got them to where they are now. One of my favorite lines from Olivia from last night was when Spencer asked her if it was love at first sight, and she said, yeah. And it's like, child, we knew that, Spencer. You didn't know that. But it was definitely that for her, and we knew it from the jump, and it was so dope to see. I also really enjoyed the moment between Layla and Jordan, when Jordan was basically validating her and telling her that she shouldn't be afraid to put herself out there to get to know other people and to open herself up. When Carrie came into her life, she was in a very vulnerable space. She was isolated and alone. She's not that anymore, and she can go for what she wants, and she can try new things and trust herself. And it was so dope. It's like, come on, Jordan Baker, with the sage advice. Now, where this goes at the end of the episode, we gonna talk about that in this video. But I thought that was really cool. And I love that how Layla was able to kind of pull Jordan out of his little funk. And as he was taking a call from Simone, getting ready to leave prom because he just didn't want to be there anymore. Simone did win her tournament. She, like, yo, let's at least do one dance. And then that's what prompts their conversation while they're actually dancing. They're giving dope friend vibes, dope BFF vibes. Again, we're going to talk about them a little bit later in this video. So those are some of the highlights for me, some of the really great things. I thought that patience with Amina was really great, even though I do not like this little girl. And I'm so mad at All American for having me not like this little child, but I don't like her. So it's very hard for me to get too invested and too hopeful for all of the positive scenes with her in it, because I know that she got something cooking and she's definitely giving her mama vibes, and I don't like it. But in this episode, of course, prom is the theme. Beverly Hills prom gets canceled because the gym floods, and by the end of the episode we learn why the gym floods, because the Crenshaw football team stole the Beverly Hills football team's trophy, and while they were doing it they bumped into or knocked this thing off the wall. I don't know what they did to this fire alarm and how they actually did it, but they hit the fire alarm, and that is what flooded the gym. And we learn all of this after they present Spencer as well as the other seniors with their senior gift of the trophy that they were supposed to have because they actually won. And Spencer decides that we all got to go take this trophy back because this is not right, and this was a bad prank, and this was poor leadership, and yada yada yada. It is Spencer who discovers that they are the reason why the gym was flooded. And then later on, he is clued into the fact that he is going to be expelled after he tries to take the rap for being at the school, putting the trophy back, and being the only one pinged at the school, being tracked by the Wi-Fi access. And then basically the administration, principal at Beverly Hills, as well as Carter, principal of Crenshaw, tell him that breaking and entering is an offense that is not excusable. There's no negotiations. It just equals expulsion. And even with him knowing that, Spencer is still like, yeah, it was me by myself. Nobody else did it with me. Even Billy knows that the team has something to do with it. But Spencer's deciding to take the rap for it. And just like that, up in smoke, all of their conversation about not saving people and showing up for themselves and taking a night off and not getting distracted goes up in smoke, in addition to the rest of his high school career, all behind an act that was supposed to be a joke that he took to another level. Now, if y'all missed it, I did a live after show of last night and we talked about this in depth. Personally, I didn't actually have a problem with them stealing the trophy. I thought that Spencer overreacted, and then he took that overreaction to another level with forcing everybody to go back to put the thing back right then and there. They could have returned that trophy. They could have set that trophy on the lawn outside and everything would have been fine. But Spencer just had to walk that trophy into the school, put it in there himself. And yes, if y'all are kind of confused about what's the whole Wi-Fi thing in it, Spencer has been at that school before. He was a student at that school. Y'all know when you go places and you get onto the Wi-Fi, if you go there frequently enough, your phone will save it or save the settings so that you can automatically access it. So the Wi-Fi server knows who you are, your phone knows what the Wi-Fi is. Spencer was the only one identified by way of the Wi-Fi because he's the only one of all those players who actually spent a decent amount of time in Beverly Hills and had that kind of access to come and go like that. So yeah, that's how he actually got caught. And I'm pissed about it, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. The episode started off so nice and calm and fun and free and felt very fresh and like lighthearted. And then for me, it took a turn with a lot of this drama. So we have Spencer now taking the rap for all of the underclassmen who decided to steal this trophy, putting himself in the mix honestly on his own volition, and I'm not here for it. I really ain't. I have been riding for Spencer now for 3 seasons and 5 episodes, 6 episodes, but this is the decision that he makes that I can't actually ride with him. So whatever consequences come from this, that is actually on him, and I don't feel bad about it because I don't think that he made the right decision in deciding to push everybody to go and take this trophy back because it was such a big damn deal. Also in this episode, by the end, we are seeing Layla and Jordan in the starts of something, but not by way of Layla, by way of Jordan. And shout out to Tony B RN who posted a comment on the live chat and said, I don't think he was doubling back. I got more he was concerned by. Shout out to you because I'm going to run with what you're saying, because what my initial reaction and what the initial reaction of most of the fandom has been is that Jordan was taking another look at Layla, was getting a little bit jealous when he goes to visit her at the studio and then finds out that she actually took his advice and then might be actually getting to know him a little bit better. When I went back and watched the scene, it definitely looks like he's looking at old dude like old dude is going to be a problem. But again, I'm going to lean into like what Tony B said, and that is probably a look of concern. It could be that Jordan is looking like, was he right to give her that advice? She took the advice pretty much immediately, and then he doesn't actually know this guy. So maybe we're about to see Jordan actually try to figure out what this guy is on, maybe confront him in future episodes, or just get to know him a little bit better to make sure that he's solid, just because Jordan is very much so aware of all that Layla has been through, and he doesn't want her to actually experience that again. So y'all already know I'm not Team Jayla. I am Team Jordan and Layla being really, really best friends. And if that is the route that they're going down, I could totally get with it, and it would totally make sense for him to be concerned with any new person that she's bringing into her life. So with that said, I'm going to chalk this scene up to him just being overly concerned and not him looking sideways, because if he was looking sideways and wondering what was going on up in Layla's yard, then we was going to have a problem, because sir, you're still tending to Simone's yard, and she has done right by you. She has made you a better person. She's made you a better man, a more interesting and likable man. So what you're not going to do is be looking at her friend and or your friend when you're supposed to be still committed in this relationship. That's it. That's all. If y'all haven't already, check out my reactions video to the All-American Homecoming trailer that dropped yesterday as well. Talk about Simone and Damon in that video. So child, this is going to be an interesting little foursome that we're going to have to keep tabs on, and we'll definitely be talking about. And I would love for you to check that video out and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Okay, also in this episode, Olivia has a moment of stepping in and being a hero after she goes to Jen and tells Jen, if you're not gonna take your sobriety seriously, then I can't be your sponsor. I'm it. I'm done. This is it. Which I was so proud of her for. She actually winds up still showing up and being a hero for Jen because Jen calls her on the way down of a trip from some drugs that she had taken, and then just like that, she's back to being her sponsor. But in all honesty, it's like, what could we expect if someone called any of us, even if we weren't their sponsor and they had just used drugs or were struggling and anxious and dealing with a bad high like that, whether we were their sponsor or not, we would probably try to do something. So that's what we see Olivia do. I don't actually fault her for any of the things that she was doing in this episode. One thing that I do want to note is that at the top of the episode, Olivia talks about how hard being a sponsor is. And honestly, like, while she's already in the thick of it, she can't really go back now. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want her to be a sponsor so soon, because she's just now getting her footing and figuring out what she's going to do and focus on moving forward with her future. She's getting settled in her relationship. She's getting back settled with her family. And there's a certain level of peace and calm coming into Olivia's life. And with her being a sponsor, it just adds in a little bit more chaos and anxiety that she doesn't necessarily need to have when she could be focusing on herself. There were so many other like little cute moments from the Soul Train line, Denise with GW getting it in, getting down and having a good time. I enjoyed the little Coop and Patience moments throughout the episode. They weren't giving what I thought they were going to give. Patience seems like she's a lot more understanding of Amina and Coop's relationship after Amina talks to Patience about Coop is her best friend and all of that jazz. The things that I was just not here for was if Jordan was doubling back and looking at Layla kind of crazy, Spencer actually taking the rap for these boys for no dang on reason, and then Asher in this episode at the start is struggling with not having a prom date, but then the waitress at Jacob's restaurant gets him out of this conversation with Jordan and JJ, and then he doubles back after prom to come and talk to her and Kiki, and then all of a sudden he's deep down into her and she's deep throating him, and it's like, what is happening and why is it happening so dang on fast? I really don't understand. But okay, if we're going to give Asher another girl to latch on to and to find his validation, and okay, but it's definitely giving very much so regression, and I don't know if I'm here for it. Also, GW, by the end of the episode, Billy and Spencer find GW passed out on a desk in Billy's office, and it's not clear as to if he's dead or if he is just passed out. I'm going to lean towards he's passed out. Shout out to Kimberly, who says that GW isn't dead. He had a diabetic stroke. He's still alive. I'm hoping so, because personally, that just felt like some random drama to throw in there, and I didn't really understand it, but okay. And then at the very end of the episode, we see Amina ask Preach, if Auntie Coop loved me so much, then why did she kill my mom? And that's kind of where we end on. And we'll be back on February 21st with a new episode of All American as well as All American Homecoming. We're going on a 9-week hiatus, y'all. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. I got mixed feelings. It wasn't the mid-season finale that I thought it was going to be. It was a little bit anticlimactic, and the drama that was included just kind of felt a little all over the place, and some of our major characters were seeing major regressions, and I wasn't actually feeling that. But now's your time. Let me know in the comment section, what did you think about the episode in the comment section down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so that you don't miss any of my All-American videos. Over the next few weeks, I will still be dropping new All-American videos and giving you guys updates and information, so you don't want to miss it. And then this is a great time to also check out the channel and check out some other series that I am covering. I am breaking down Power Book 2 Ghosts, Sisters, 20s, Our Kind of People, Harlem, which we are having a very amazing live conversation with subscribers and a few special guests coming very, very soon. Insecure, Queens, All the Queen's Men, Queen Sugar, Being Mary Jane, and more. There's so many shows that you can check out on this channel. I would love it if over the course of the 9 weeks you explore some of my other content. Go ahead and watch, get into a new show, and then tell me what you think about it in the comment sections of those videos, and let's just keep the connection and the conversations going. It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you as I always do with consistent All-American uploads and more. I hope that you are enjoying the channel, the content, and my conversation, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.